Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. We're just going to give everyone one more minute to join, and then I'll go ahead and kick it off. All right, looks like we're at the top of the hour. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. My name is Kathy Hayeski. I'm the Microsoft Licensing Practice Director at CloudServus. What I will be reviewing in today's webinar is how to navigate our new self-service portal that will be going live the evening of September 26th. If you have any questions during the webinar, feel free to ask them in the chat. We will also leave time at the end for Q&A. One thing I want to mention about the new self-service portal is that there's nothing you have to do to sign up for the new portal. There's not going to be any invitation you have to accept. When you log in after the launch, you will be automatically taken to the new portal. So this will be the homepage for the new self-service portal that you'll be taken to after the release. There will be a login button at the top right-hand side of the page. And once you go through the multi-factor authentication process, you will see some new menu items pop up to the left of that. One of them is going to be called My Services. My Services is where you'll be spending a majority of the time. This will take you to the dashboard page as well as the product page in the portal. And you'll also be able to view your licenses here that you have on each of the billing contracts. You can view the quantities as well as renewal dates and make any adjustments to the quantities of your subscriptions. To the right of that, you'll notice a menu option for support requests. This is where you can go and submit support tickets. You can also do that by emailing our support alias. And to the right of that, you'll notice this CloudServus drop-down menu. This will take you to our website where you can view our core competencies, information about our company. There's also a link here to our LinkedIn page and a link to our blog page where we are constantly posting new content. And then finally, there is a link here to download the new self-service portal guide, which is this PDF. So when you click on that, you'll be able to download that PDF locally. We will also be emailing everyone our new self-service portal guide before the launch next Friday. Okay, so now let's check out the dashboard and products page by clicking on My Services. So first, you'll be taken to this dashboard page. So this will take a moment to load. In the middle of this page, you will notice a billing trends chart. I just want to mention a couple things about this chart. When you hover over these bars, you'll notice a dollar amount. This monthly amount shown here includes all of your invoices for all of your billing contracts. So anything that you have through CloudServus, monthly term billing contracts, annual term, as well as any Azure billing contracts, those will be all included in this total. Now, I know some companies are located in states where we do have to include taxes in the invoice. Those taxes will be included in this dollar amount as well. Now, CloudServus does use a third-party software to generate invoices, and that is unfortunately not tied to our self-service portal. So if you do need a copy of your invoice, you can either email our support alias or submit a ticket through this portal. You can also reach out to your CloudServus account team, and they'd be happy to send you a copy of your invoice. Now, above the billing trends chart, you'll notice several boxes. Manage subscriptions will take you to the products page. So this is where you'll be able to view your subscriptions as well as request changes. And then you see three other boxes to the right of that. And we'll come back to these in a little bit. For now, I just want to focus on the page where you can see your subscriptions. To the left of that, you'll notice a couple of menu items. If you click on products, this will also take you to the products page where you can view your subscriptions and request changes. So I just want to reiterate, there's a couple of ways to get to that page. You can either click on manage subscription or on products on this menu item here. So let's click on the products menu item and we'll walk through the products page. So on this product page, you'll notice all the items under products here will be checked, and that is by default. If you want to filter by a specific term or billing contract, you can make those adjustments here. So let's say, for example, you do not want to see your monthly term billing contract. Maybe you only want to look at your annual term subscriptions. You can uncheck what you don't want to see here, either under billing contract. The other way to do that is if you don't want to view your monthly term subscriptions is you can uncheck monthly under the term section. And once you've made your selections, you can view the subscriptions that are on the billing contracts you want to see to the right of it. If you want more information about a specific subscription, you can find that under the product name column here. They are going to be listed in alphabetical order. And then you would click on the arrow to the right of the product name. Subscription details here, you will see the commitment end date, which is the date that the subscription will renew. You'll also see your discount as well as the unit price after discount. And to the left of that, you will see license assignment. You'll see a pie chart here. This shows your license assignment. The blue here, if you hover over that, will show you the quantity that you have assigned today. And the gray will be what you have unassigned, and that's what you have available. Now, if your company has not provided us the right GDAP permissions to view assignments in your Microsoft 365 Admin Center, nothing will show here. But of course, you will still be able to view your license assignments in your Microsoft 365 Admin Center. There is one limitation to this, which is that retired Office 365 and Microsoft 365 suites, which are the suites that include Teams, will unfortunately not show assignments. So for example, Microsoft 365 E3 with Teams or Microsoft 365 E5 with Teams, because there is an API limitation with Microsoft System for those retired products, they do not pull in assignments. Now, to the right of that, under purchase and contract details, I just want to clarify a couple of things. The billing contract that the subscription is on will be listed here under billing contract. So this one is on a monthly term billing contract. The reason that you would see 12 months listed here for contract term is because the contract itself, we need to set it up for a minimum of 12-month period. But the subscriptions themselves will be monthly, which is why commitment end date under subscription details is what you will want to review when you're looking for the renewal date of the subscription. Now, if you need to make any adjustments to the subscription, you'll notice there's a pencil here under action. You'll want to click on that. This will pull up information about the subscription. This is where you can make changes. The resulting quantity is the current quantity of the subscription. And as you increase or decrease the quantity, this number will change. The changes are effective drop down here will default to immediate, which means that the changes would be effective immediately. And when you're increasing quantities, immediate is usually what you want, unless for some reason you want to schedule it for a future date, which you can do so by either clicking on renewal, which will update the quantity at the renewal of the subscription, or you can select custom and then select the effective date that you want the quantity increased. And if needed, you can include an order reference at the bottom. I know some companies do like to include an order reference so they can track business units that the license additions were for. So you can do that here. And then once you've made your selections, you would click Save. Now, for quantity reductions, unless you are submitting the request during the renewal time of the subscription, you will almost always want to select on renewal. So for a monthly term subscription reduction, that reduction will normally process at the beginning of the month. And then for an annual term subscription reduction, the reduction will process at the annual renewal of the subscription. And if you have any questions with this or any issues, you can also request quantity reductions through our support team by emailing them or submitting a support request through the portal. And you can find the latest changes that your organization has made if you click on view under change log under the subscription details. So if you click on that, this list will pop up. And the last thing I want to mention here before we move on, if you want to add any new products to your billing contract, you will need to reach out to our support team. You can either email them or submit a support request through this portal. They are very quick to get back to requests. The reason that we do not allow customers to add new products to billing contracts today is because Microsoft has a lot of rules around their licensing and prerequisites. And we also want to make sure that the products are added to the correct contract. Microsoft only gives customers a 7-day window to cancel subscriptions, and they start billing after the first 24 hours. So by allowing our support team to add new products, this helps alleviate a lot of potential issues. Okay, a couple things I want to cover before we get into questions. So how to track renewal dates and then also recent and scheduled changes. So we want to go back to this dashboard. So you could click on either My Services or this dashboard item on the left-hand side. It will take you back to the dashboard page. And here, if you're looking for upcoming renewals, you would click on Upcoming Renewals here. And it would show you your upcoming renewals for the next 30 days. Now, for annual renewals, your CloudServus account team will reach out at least a couple months in advance. But for monthly renewals, your account team is not going to reach out every month. However, you can make changes to your monthly term subscriptions at any time. So it's always a good idea to check here to see when your monthly renewals and annual renewals will come up for expiration. So for this monthly term, it'll usually be at the end of the month. So this one is showing 9/30. Typically, it will be the last day of the month for monthly term subscriptions. Okay, and lastly, let's take a look at schedule changes and recent changes. So any changes that you have scheduled that have not happened yet will show up in the scheduled changes list. So for example, if you scheduled a quantity reduction for on renewal and the end of the month has not happened yet, those will be included in the schedule changes list. So you would just click on schedule changes and the list will pop up here. And then you'll just click on one schedule change and you'll see the schedule change for that subscription. Okay, and then any changes that have processed, whether it's increases or decreases in the last 30 days, will be listed in the recent changes list. They'll either pop up automatically, or if you have a scheduled change, there is one additional step that you will have to take, which is when you're in the subscription, you'll hit the drop down and you'll click on View under Changelog. So here again, you will see the recent changes that have been made by people in your organization that have processed for the subscription. Okay. And that is all I have today. I'm happy to do a one-on-one training with anybody on the call or anybody on your team. You're welcome to reach out to me directly or your CloudServus account team. And I'm happy to do a quick walkthrough of the self-service portal with anyone at your organization. Tyler, do we have any questions in the chat?
Nothing in chat, nothing in Q&A. I mean, we can hang out for a little bit, and if anybody does, just throw them in the chat and we'll go over them.
Perfect. Yes, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. We'll also send a link to this recording that you can review or share with others in your organization. All right, we'll give everyone a couple more minutes in case there's any questions, and if not, we can wrap up here. And you're welcome to reach out to us if you have any questions. If there's any confusion about what you're seeing in the self-service portal, we're happy to help.
Cool. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Got somebody else typing. No problem, Erica. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll end it here, Kathy.
Appreciate you joining the webinar today.